Alright, right? What do you want?
Okay, who has him? I have a scythe.
Roy, he's on me. Or on-ish.
I'm not getting freaking.
Xenon, have eyes on him.
Yeah, let's get him.
Got it.
I didn't realize how well Arena Commander ran.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
I'm getting so many frames right now that I don't get inside of the persistent universe.
Okay, guys, let him attack first. I just want some video evidence for SCA if we need it.
Understood?
Yeah, understood. See him?
Okay.
I have eyes on him. He's moving.
Roger that. Who's I?
He's 1 kilometer from Xenon, and he's opening fire.
Roger that. Engage.
I don't know if he's shooting at anybody. But
Oh yeah, just wait for him to actually make contact on a target.
Roger.
You just hit the
And make
station.
contact with the station.
He just yeah.
That's fun. See what he does. I'll go face to face. See what he does. Engage. Engage. Engage.
I love making new friends.
Making new friends and explosions.
Mm-mm. Got eyes on magical field.
That's fine. Lock him up. He's near the station. Same thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
not gonna
Engage.
shoot him.
Engage. Engage.
All right,
Engage.
engaging.
Engaging.
I've had things that I've had NPCs fight harder than this.
Yeah, I've had NPCs fight harder than this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, he's just a new scrub. Or
Yeah.
he's not really a
Yeah.
new. He's not really a new scrub. He's about a year old, but either he's a troll to make the guy SCA look bad, or he's a scrub that is.
Eyes on again.
Yeah,
Magical
roger that.
fields?
Present
I've been
yourself.
playing.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Get in front of his face. Let him fire the shots. If he
Yep,
does, call
will
it.
do.
Everybody else
No.
engage.
Well, I've been playing this lesson. I'm a better pilot.
Yeah. Let him land the shots before you.
Yep. He's opening fire.
Roger that.
Yeah, he's landed hits. Let's finish him.
I lost him. Where is he? Good job.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just deal with this
Yeah,
in the
nice.
meantime.
Yeah.
Once when
Getting out practice then.
yeah, when he gets bored and tired. Otherwise, I'll just start talking about what we're trying to offer, and that in the meantime. Yeah, we've been running a fleet program. We've got quite
Eyes on.
yeah. Let's go. Sorry. Maybe this is just the YOLO fun for the evening. Let him shoot first. Engage. Engage. Engage.
I mean, like, you could feasibly ignore him.
Nah, he'll
Yeah, because he is not
Yeah, but
He's barely hitting his
we-
shots.
but
He's barely hitting his shots.
yeah, but we can't ignore him if we're going to sit and do drills and everything. There's a lot of drilling and stuff, and sitting still and listening and talking, and he'll just come and shoot everyone and disrupt. So, as long as he keeps going, like I'm surprised he actually has this commitment. I would actually fucking say, hey, if you can focus this
Eyes on.
stupidity, roger that. Present yourself for shots. Let him fire first without dueling.
Roger. He seems to just be flying right now. I'm pulling in behind him.
That's fine. Get right in his face so that he
Facing on
understands.
me.
Yep,
Yeah,
there
fire
we go.
the bit.
Engage.
Yeah, he's firing.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah,
Fuck.
wow, that was a record. That was a record right there. How quick
That
he
was
went
pretty
down.
good, yeah. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. This is the game. So today, yeah, fleet training will be fucking aiming.
Yeah,
Eyes
So-
on again, 2 kilometers out, magical fills.
Roger.
Roger,
that. Everybody on
same here.
magical.
He's
Xenon,
coming back
I have eyes
very
on as well.
quickly.
Excuse
Man,
me?
he can't even ram people well.
Yeah, he just ran in you. I just watched him just like go past you and explode. I'm like, okay.
Did he try and
He's landing gear down and everything.
Eyes on.
Yeah, he just
Two
rammed
kilometers.
me, but he died and I
Roger
did not.
that? Ah, that's tails.
Yeah, crash. Oh, no, not.
Oh, he's firing.
Yeah, engage,
Alright.
engage.
Engage. Oh, well, I hit him.
I mean, he's obviously got the love for dying, so I mean, that's half of what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't mind exploding. That's cool.
Yeah.
Go eyes on. 3 kilometers out.
Eyes on. 3 kilometers out.
Yeah, roger that. Let him shoot first.
Roger. Oh, and I crashed into the station.
That's all right.
West.
That's all right. Let him-
What?
Forming in behind him.
I think that he is starting to feel like maybe this
Oh.
isn't worth the effort. Yeah, guys, just keep an eye on your
Yep,
TVI
following
as
him.
well. Guys, let's try not to explode into the station. Just
Look.
saying, because this is his game now. Now he's realized, oh, hang on. All I got to do is fly around and these guys crash into the station.
Yeah.
Just sit off it.
No, that was me. Accident. I wanted to see what would happen if I went into the into that beam.
There he goes.
Because this is the first time I've been in Arena Commander.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
fine.
just-
All good, yeah.
He just plowed himself into the station.
Okay, that's
I-
fine. Yeah, he seems to have chilled off it. We'll give him one more chance. If he just flies around and doesn't do anything, then we'll get on with our stuff. And if he attacks, we'll go back to this.
Okay.
Yeah, don't follow him weaving in through the station and all of that. Because maybe that's what he's thinking. Everybody's following us. I can get them to die. Ha ha ha. That's funny.
Yeah,
Don't-
just gonna keep an eye on him.
Yep, don't give him that wing, that win. Keep yourself off the station, and let's watch him crash into it like he's doing. He seems to be behaving himself though.
He ran to hit the station.
Yeah. Okay, good. I think he's behaving himself. Everybody on stars, we will just create some distance so that No, leave him. I think he's learned that it's a pointless effort trying to engage.
Names have disappeared from me, so I'm gonna kill myself and see
No.
if they'll come back.
You don't have to. You just need to
Nope.
make a noise cloud and reverse through the noise cloud. And when you come out, you'll be able to get names again. It's just a bug. Sometimes unlocking and relocking
There
helps,
we go.
but if not, you
There
go
we
through the
go.
noise cloud. Okay, so everybody on stars.
Mhm.
Just be ready to move. I'm going to be in out of. Lock me up if I get attacked, then attack if you guys get attacked. Just call it, because I need to stop.
Oh, here we go.
Is he? Okay, engage. Okay, engage at will. He spawns, we kill, he spawns, we kill. End of story now. Fucking enough of this shit. Let's go. The hunt is on,
Honestly, it's just a hunt for him at this point.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
could care less.
right? Couldn't
This
care.
place-
No, fuck him. He's had many chances. We left him alone in peace.
Yeah.
He didn't take it. We fucking blow him up until he dies, until he leaves.
Eyes on.
Roger that.
That's on engaging.
Yeah, don't go yeeting towards
Same
him
here.
too fast, because
That's alright. I'm not SEM speeds.
Yeah.
He just planned the.
And he just crashed.
yeah, there we go. That's fine. He's target practice now. Training dummy, training drone.
It's on magical. Oh, no, stars.
Roger that.
Whoops. I said that through a name like, oh no.
Just
there
be
we go.
aware.
Eyes on now.
Charles Upham is very similar. Charles Upham has a scythe. Wow, I hear shots. Is somebody getting shot?
Guys, I'm shooting him. I just engaged him.
Roger that.
Okay, I'm locking an ignite.
Even 1v1, I'm better than him.
Yeah, no, he's nothing to write home about. So it's just put shots in, shoot to kill. Even if he doesn't want it, it's too late. He's had his chance. He's got to fuck off now.
Yeah, deleted.
Yeah.
No shooting.
Charles seems to be helping us. He's just
Well, that's
flinging
good.
missiles at him.
I think
Yeah.
Charles is a bit of a troll himself. He was messing around with us the other day, but I think he's realized the way this is going.
Coming back. 2K's out.
There we go. Star's locked on. He's heading towards the station. He's going to weave in between the stations, so just keep it slow. Pick your shots when you can.
I have eyes on him.
He's crashed.
Or at least Tad. Oh, he crashed. I see.
Yeah, I think he's trying to do a troll thing, like where if we
Eyes on.
yeah, engage.
And he's dead.
There's always got to be one here.
Who keeps missile locking me?
I'm guessing that's Charles, or
Yeah, Charles.
that's fine.
Roy.
That's fine. The same rules apply. If you get engaged by Upham, which there's a fair chance may happen,
Will do.
then it's the same target. So basically, it looks like tonight is just a practice your aim night.
Which is one thing I very much need to do.
Yeah, he is still around. I mean, just
Yeah, I'm finding him now. On
Right.
Tails.
Who's that?
Ah!
Tails. I cannot find you, Tails.
A bit further out station.
I see Roy. I see Pulls.
Hanging around an
Zan.
Astro at the moment.
Ah, got him. Do you want him on your own? I don't. You
He
crashed.
on the asteroid.
Very
He
nice.
just keeps crashing.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's intentional to reset and come in from a different angle, and he is actually just a troll just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
I don't understand the mentality of people like this. But
No.
It's fun. We just remember the name, and it's just a hard ban from recruitment.
Found him.
Yeah.
Eyes on.
Go.
Xenon.
Yeah, stars 3Ks out.
I'm down a weapon. I'm down 2 weapons actually. I only have 1 Panther at the moment.
That's fine. We kill him and just eject to reset.
Yeah.
Good job, Pulse. Yeah, reset.
Thank you.
Reset your ship.
Yep.
How's this dude not even talking in chat? Normally a troll try gets a reaction.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
he's,
have no idea.
maybe he's not a troll. Maybe he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, just practice.
Yeah.
Or just somebody
Regardless of
doesn't
the
know what he's
console.
doing and is just trying
Wait
to practice.
for Reddit tomorrow. I tried to play in free fly and people just kept on killing me. Their names were blah, 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 blah. Wait for
It's
it.
first,
You
it's
started this. You
Yes.
started this. It's your own fault.
Yeah.
your first mistake. You're using Reddit.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I have the non-stop G-lock thing. It's like a
the
G-lock.
blackouts.
Yeah, the kind of when you're blacking out.
Yeah, just exit to menu and come back again. You'll end up in the same
Okay.
lobby. There's only one.
Yeah, I just joined off Roy.
Yeah.
I want to try out another vehicle as well.
You can rent all sorts of stuff, and this is
Yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Gone.
gone.
I don't think anymore.
we generally train in light fighters.
Yeah,
He's
that's
gone.
understandable.
He
Yeah.
just left.
He's gone. Good job. Okay, so we can get on with things. Okay.
Warming up on stars.
Roger that.
I usually not. Can't fly light fighters. Rather heavy or bigger. Personally.
All right.
Yeah. For training, we do prefer light fighters just for the maneuverability and some of the things that we do.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you, but like your orbiting and all of that is just going to be way off. So
Exactly.
It's kind of, we use it as a training tool. So Arrow, Gladius, up to Hornets, Talon, what else is kind of medium-ish. The heavy stuff gets a little bit,
Hornets.
Sluggish.
yeah. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go flight manuals. Okay, so have I shared the screen? Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so you guys can see my screen. Okay. So, first thing we're going to go is I'm going to talk through our flight manual, which basically talks about keybinds and settings and everything, how we set, why we set. Also, just bear in mind while we're doing this, just wiggle your sticks, put some activity in every now and then, otherwise it just times you out. So like every couple of minutes, just wiggle your stick around or something like that. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about some game settings while we set them up, control setups while we set them up, bit of theory on how we set up controls and that. A lot of the stuff we say is highly recommended. So the things that are like non-negotiable are like flying in decoupled mode. The reason why is all the top pilots fly in decoupled mode. There's a reason why they do that. It's just for dogfighting and learning how to fly properly. It's just the superior mode. So that's the one thing to get your head around. So the first thing we're going to do is go through the pre-flight checklist, how we set our ships up. So everybody can jump into their options menu, game settings options. You can make screenshots if you want to keep an eye on this. It's all up to you, right? For those that were making recordings, now would be the time to start recording, just so that you have a record of everything here. Just everyone let me know when they're in their game settings and we can start running through it.
Yep.
Okay, Roy.
Yep.
I'm in.
Okay. And Tails, are you
Yeah, I'm good.
can you watch the what do you call it, the stream?
Yep.
Okay, are you on it? Okay, fair enough. Okay, so the first thing, cinematic cameras we set to no, vibration we set to no. A lot of this is like in first-person shooters. You know how people dull down their settings just to minimize clutter and make things more effective. It's like lowering your graphic settings to take out grass so you can see people hiding in the grass. Like we said,
dog act.
yeah. So there's a few things here, like just stopping your head from shaking around, your camera from shaking. unnecessary noise in that. It just helps clean things up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, we go back to that camera spring movements. I think that's more if you're doing cinematics and all of that. Okay, so flight mode toggle is yes, which means you push a button to go between decoupled and coupled. It's not the hold down, because if you do that, it always defaults to coupled mode. We don't fly in coupled mode. You will limit your ability to ever be a half decent dogfighter by staying in coupled mode. Okay, flight G-safe defaults on as a no, just because you are the master of your ship. You need to learn what your ship can do, and in a dogfight, you don't want to be hampered by a computer thinking it knows better than you. You've got to know your limits, and you learn that by paying your death tax. 1,000 deaths, live, die, repeat. That's what we do. Same thing. Wait, that was G-faults. Disable G-faults when just disable G-safe when boosting. Yes, same story. You want to get the most you can out of your ship. So you're the master of your ship. That's why we disable that. Speed limiter defaults on as a no. We don't use speed limiters. Okay. Again, you got to be the master of the ship. You got to be able to manage your speed. If you're flying with the speed limiter on, you're putting yourself at an extreme disadvantage, because people will just get the ability to dictate range, distance, speed, engage, and disengage. So you got to learn how to fly with like at high speeds, fly at low speeds, manage your speeds from top to bottom. We will teach you that. That's all good. Okay. Space break and proximity assist defaults on. That's no. Again, you're the master of your ship. You've got to learn how to fly your ship. You don't want the computer pushing you away from objects, because sometimes you literally do want to be right on top of an opponent. Sometimes the safest place to be, strangely enough. Space break engages boost. No. The reason why that's a no is because, again, you're the master of your ship. You need to decide when you want to use boost and when you don't. Boost is a combat resource. You don't just want to waste it unnecessarily, and then you end up in a fight with 50% boost. Roy, your mic is freaking out a bit.
My thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mute my phone.
These are two new settings that I don't know about. This relative throttle axis trapping time set to 0. Relative throttle axis trap threshold set to 0. I don't know why. That's new. I need to find out about that. Okay. Then after that, ESP zone size and curvature. Don't worry about that. Don't set it. We'll get to ESP and all of that. It's a very personal thing. Everyone has different settings, and we'll just explain what you need to know about ESP and how to dial in your aim, especially if you're on joystick and all that sort of thing. Okay, pilot velocity indicator. This is a not negotiable, and it's essential, always on. Does everybody know what the pilot velocity indicator is? It's okay to say yes or no. Does anybody not know, I should say? That's the important part, because if one person doesn't know, I have to go through it. It's critical.
No, not exactly.
Run through it.
Okay, Xenon. So let me shift to screen 1. Stop streaming. Screen 1. Go live. Okay, so right now I'm sitting, let me get to 0. Okay, I'm sitting at 0. The moment I start moving forward, you see those two little arrows pointing inwards?
Someone's getting shot at.
Who's getting shot at?
Not really, because your screen's a bit.
So you know when you move forwards, there's two arrows that point together, and then behind you there's two arrows that point apart.
Yes.
Have you seen those before?
Yep.
Yeah. So those are telling you, the arrows that are pointing together are telling you this is your heading. This is the direction your ship is moving.
Yeah.
How the fuck does this guy have a south? Guys, just get ready to lock up, man. Like I said, he's a troll. He's probably
you
going to
get a size.
Everyone just lock him. Get ready. He's just kind of eyeing me out. Okay, but we'll.
All right.
There's a new guy in here as well. Me Cyber.
Oh no, Cyber's cool. Cyber's one of us.
No problem. That makes sense. Yeah, I've been using those velocity indicators for retro burning when I need it.
So I've just turned the continuing on from what Stars said, I've just turned the velocity indicator to always on since I've doing this free fly.
Yep.
And I can thread like much tinier holes, much tinier gaps, because when you sort of align to your direction, that
Never
indicator
mind.
doesn't
I know what you're
disappear
talking about
anymore.
now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
it's saying that's what you're going to hit. If you're flying around,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Does anybody not? Sorry, because this is something I've got to be quite sticky on.
Got it. I understand it. I've been using it for
I
retro
use
burning
that
for
all the
quite a
time.
while.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So, yeah. Bottom line, it's got to be set to always on. You guys can all see that, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be set to always on because it's just information about how you're flying. Okay. VJoy visibility, even if you have joysticks, and this will make a lot of sense later. Now, if I take off, if you look at my screen, I fly dual stick, and Roy knows why, and he'll tell you what. We did 45, so Roy?
I don't think
Yes,
these are going to
yeah, we
apply to
did.
me. I don't use joysticks. I
No,
use them in mouse and keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard. But you got the squiggly little line like you see on my stream at the moment?
The line, yeah, that's connected to the center.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that needs to be always visible for everyone, and it'll make sense later as we move along.
Oh yeah, I keep that visible all the time.
So set that to visible. Right. If anybody's got any questions, just stop me because we generally try and fly through this. Okay. So pilot velocity indicator always on. Aiming, default lead lag. We work with lead as a default. It's good to have a toggle because shooting big ships with lag is better. We'll get into that at some stage. But for now, our default aiming is lead. I know Avenger 1 in his videos, he's like, yeah, use lag, use lag. But Jonathan Winters is use lead, use lead.
Depends on the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's situational, but you can tell like for merging, you can tell a lot more basic information. You don't have to translate what's going on a lag backwards. Anyway, so yeah, if you scroll down to vehicles targeting, max octo zoom level to 0, pilot look ahead enabled no, all the pilot look ahead sliders to 0 except look at target. I don't know why. I use track IR, so yeah, we don't worry about that. G-force induced head movement, we set that to 0 because same thing, first person toning the grass down, you don't want your aim thrown off while you're fighting. G-force induced afterburn zoom, again to 0, but you don't want things affecting the information you're getting from your screen. So it does make your view a bit sterile, but it's just there you're working with the information you need. Global camera shake to 0.2. So when you're getting shot, you're not shaking around and it's throwing out your aim too. Motion blur, we're all gamers. I'm sure you set that to 0 already. Okay. Audio driven camera shake also to 0. Same story like that. Just the less clutter you're getting on your screen and less distractions you're getting on the screen, the more you can focus on the important issues. So is everybody happy and understand what I was talking about with those settings, right?
Give me 1 sec. I
Yes.
fucking fell behind real quick.
Sure. Okay. Whereabout are you?
I'm just trying to find the vehicle targeting max auto zoom level.
Right. Just yeah, it can be a bit messy.
Yeah. Okay. 0. Excellent. Pilot look ahead. Oh, there. 0. They're all 0. Sick.
Cool. And then
Awesome. Done.
motion blur, and then on audio settings, audio driven
Yeah.
camera. Okay.
They're all 0.
We're all up to date, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lot of whys. I've kind of told you it's like turning off the grass in a first-person shooter. We've been through all these settings, so that's just a little bit of repetition. Why? I've spoken through all of these already. Any questions? Now's the time before we move on. No, we're good. Okay, so before I was talking about ESP. Okay, ESP is your enhanced stick precision. Yes, it also does affect mouse. Okay, the way it works is you've got two settings. The first is the zone size degrees, which think of it as a plate in front of your. Just give me 1 second just to move around. Okay, think of it as a plate in front of your crosshair. The bigger the degrees, you're going out 20 degrees to the left, 20 degrees to the right, 20 degrees up, 20 degrees down. That creates a plate where the dampening curvature will start to take effect. Okay, so you've got to decide what's comfortable for you, whether you want a smaller plate, whether you want a bigger plate. The general perception is start with as big as possible and work your way down. Okay, so now the dampening curvature is how sticky or how slippery your aim is when your opponent's pip is in that plate. So what's happening, if we look at the yellow, the most important thing is if you're trying to get onto the target, onto the pip, but you keep on sliding through and it's feeling slippery, you need to increase your dampening curvature. If you're finding that you're pulling, but you can't get onto target, you need to decrease your dampening curvature. Again, this is a very personal thing that you need to do over time. Spend time in Arena Commander shooting bots, whatever you need to do, and you dial this in until you go like, holy shit, I aim like Legolas now. And believe me, so there is that to a degree. If you feel you can't pull onto targets, you find your dampening curvature is probably too sticky and you need to drop it. If you're going through your aim the whole time, maybe increase your curvature. Any
So what do you
questions?
mean when you say go through your aim?
Like you're trying to pull, you see the pip, you're pulling yourself onto the pip. As you get to the pip, your crosshair kind of goes through the pip. Like it kind of, you don't get your aim to sit nicely on the pip.
Mhm.
It's like your aim is still all over, like you wiggling up, down, left, right, which means that there's not enough strength in the ESP setting for you to help you settle on your pip on the target. So you just tighten it up a bit, because the way the ESP works as a generalization is if you're putting the right input to start pulling yourself onto the pip, it'll help you get there. If you're putting the wrong input in, it will kind of prevent you from pulling off.
Yeah.
So you've got to find that part that kind of works for you.
So if you can never get onto the pip, you want to decrease it.
You want to decrease it, yeah. But if you find that you're getting onto it, but you're sliding through and you kind of have to counter the other way, then counter the other way, then counter the other way, you may need to increase it.
Yep.
And then you dial in the size of your plate in front of you, the circle in front of you, and how sticky your curvature is. Like I said, it's a personal thing. No, there's no winning formula. Find what works for you. It's a time thing. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So there's all sorts of controls. I don't need to go through that. Just to let you know, one of the best pilots in the game, top 5 pilot, his controls are his main hand is his mouse, his offhand, and I use main and off because I'm left-handed. Main would obviously be right-handed if you're mostly right-handed. His main hand is mouse, just for aim. His offhand is a joystick, strafe up, down, left, right, and whatever else. And he's got pedals for forward and back strafe to control his speed. So there's all sorts of setups out there. You just got to find what works for you. Obviously, dual stick being the most common. I'm not going to go through, well, unless anybody wants to ask questions about advantages, disadvantages. No, we're good. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the theory of cognitive load. Okay. Cognitive load is the amount of, hello, who was that? Hound, how's it going?
Good, bud.
Yeah. We're just doing a bit of training in here because the HVC Discord chat itself. Cognitive load is the amount of, how do we say this? The amount of bandwidth your brain has to deal with things. Okay. By using aim and strafing and everything like that, there's a certain amount you can do. We have a mantra. Your main hand is your aim hand. You try to take as many controls off your aiming hand as possible. Like the main things I have for dogfighting is targeting and aim, left, right, up, down. I don't have any sort of twist or anything like that. So that's all my hand has to worry about. You're not generally not aiming when you're targeting, so those are kind of kept separate. I do have other buttons bound, but that's like for non-combat stuff. Main hand, aim hand, that's the thing to remember. Try to get as much off your joysticks or off your controls as possible so that your hand can focus on aim. Any questions? Everybody good? Okay, cool. Okay, so basics. One arm for pitch and yaw, one arm for vertical strafes or fingers if you're a mouse and keyboard. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to try and mix controls.
We've got more people in. They're fighting each other. They're not our group, but
no. If they fight,
just
that's
fighting.
fine. That's free fly. Let them do their thing. It's only when we get attacked that we worry. We know who we are. If anyone gets attacked, just call it out and we fucking dogpile them. Okay? Very simple. Those are the rules of engagement. Okay, so yeah, we were saying main hand, aim hand, shooting aim, only pitch and yaw for aiming your weapons, targeting, scanning, using missiles and weapons, and flares. I don't even have my flares on my main hand, but up to you. Basic concept, keep as little as possible on your aim hand. Your Maneuvering hand, like on mouse and keyboard, that would be your offhand. Joystick would be your offhand joystick. Used for strafes, power management, roll, those sort of things. Okay, so basically one hand for maneuver, one hand for aim. Try separate them as much as you possibly can. If you can't, it is what it is. We can talk through that at the end separately, what options are available. Again, another one, this is how important it is. You have a shooting hand, an aim hand, and a maneuver hand. As best as you can, just try to stick to that mantra. Pedals. Pedals, if you are mouse and keyboard and you're wondering where to start with peripherals, if that's the way you want to go, pedals are probably the best. You can use them for roll in the beginning because keyboard roll is not great. It's probably the biggest weakness of mouse keyboard. So you can use it for roll. If you start end up getting more peripherals, it can then be used for your forward or back strafe or your roll if you like your roll. So that's just some setup. Okay, now keyboard. Now this is where I break everybody's brain. Okay, and I say this is strongly recommended. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but we recommend it highly, and you get used to it after a while. Once you like kind of remap your brain, and your muscle memory makes sense. At the moment, W and S is straightforward and backwards for everyone. We recommend changing that to up and down. So your WASD almost becomes like first person, up, down, left, right. The reason for that is that we have a concept called pip neutralization, which we'll get to in a bit. And it becomes a lot more intuitive if you're just neutralizing like that because of what you see in front of you. The other thing is, once you do that, space becomes your forward and control becomes your backwards instead of your strafe up and strafe down. Takes a little while to rewire your brain, especially if you've been flying for years, but it's highly recommended. The other thing is changing F4, F5, F6 on your power management to be 1, 2, and 3. Because a lot of dogfighting is managing your resources and having them right above your fingers, 1, 2, 3 by your QWE. You don't want to be getting your hands off your strafes and everything like that. You're putting yourself at a serious disadvantage. Mouse and keyboard users, I would take a screenshot of this right here, right now, if you're not recording, just so that you can remember how to do it. Again, it's up to you. A lot of people put it in the too hard basket. No, I've been flying for years. I feel good. But this will make you just that little bit better if you put the time and effort into it. And that's what a lot of dogfighting is time and effort. Give me a second just to move around. Don't forget to move around just to keep you in the channel, guys. Okay. Any questions?
Think we're good.
No, we're good. Okay. Joystick, same story. We've been over it a million times now. Pretty much yaw and pitch. A lot of what we do is based on the Jonathan Winters YouTube channel. Okay, I would highly recommend subscribing and watching his videos. He just is very concise and it's very structured. Like Avenger 1, good pilots, but I just feel like his tutorials are a little bit all over the place. Whereas Winters is a very kind of step by step, the one builds off the other. So in your own time, if you like watching YouTube videos, just subscribe to him and watch his videos. Also very good for, you'll gleam off us and like what we tell you will complement what's in the videos, which you can then take back to your guys and get them to do in their own time and bounce off to build up your knowledge within your org. Okay, so that is flight settings, flight manual. We will move on to flight skills 1 now. Okay. Any questions before we go into flight skills 1? We're going to go. Okay. Before we go, we've read and applied flight manuals. That we've just done that. Everybody is set to decoupled, correct?
Yep.
Anybody in coupled mode? No. Okay, good. Pip mode is set to lead, correct? Anybody on lag? No, good. VJoy is set to always, correct? Anybody do not have a VJoy on their screen? No, we're good. Okay. Velocity indicator, always set to always. Anybody not have a velocity indicator? No, we're good. Okay. So, preferred ships, Gladius or Arrow with Panthers or Badgers without gimbals. We learn how to aim. Any questions? No. Okay. So we've been through all the pre-flight settings. It's just a recap. Okay, dear Lord, this is one's new. Everybody see that on the screen, right?
Yep.
How are we going to do this? Top to bottom. Signature readouts. Don't have to worry about that too much just yet. Heading, that's more for when you're doing jump town and that sort of thing. Not going to worry about that too now. We know what a pip is, know what the crosshair is. The big ones are just to the left and right of the crosshair, which most likely are the things people don't understand. Everybody knows. Everybody kind of knows everything. I'm guessing people aren't 100% familiar with the G-safe and the little circle with the dot in the middle, to the left and the right of the crosshairs. I'll just run through those.
I know
Okay.
what they are. I don't know about others.
Storytale, say again.
Yeah, I know what they are.
I know what they are. I don't know
Okay.
about the rest of you.
You know what they are, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if someone doesn't know about it, speak up. That's all.
Okay. Do you want to explain it?
I mean, on your right side is your G safe. So that's just telling you how much G's you're pulling and which direction.
Yep.
And then the other side, that's your
Perfect.
velocity. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Telling you what direction you're doing.
Yeah, correct. So you'll have a red circle, like you got the circle there on the plate. Wherever the red line is, that's the direction that you're heading in, the direction of your momentum. And then you'll have a little white dot floating inside there all over the place. That is where your TVI indicator is. So if you need to find your TVI indicator, you can kind of look around to get it in front of you. So that helps you out. Sometimes it's high above you or down below you. And if it's high above you, all you need to do is strafe up to bring it down. If it's down below you, all you need to do is strafe down to bring it up. Remember, we're not a spaceship, we're a turret in space. It's the best way to explain internet spaceships. Okay, any questions? Okay, no questions. Let's jump back to this. Wait, hang on. We don't have anybody that can give us invites. Has Dilbo's disappeared?
I believe so. Yes.
Right. Okay, we won't worry about that. Hound, you could give us an invite if
Yeah,
needed,
man.
right? Okay, awesome. Could you probably queue one up to send me a private message with invites? It's just for Gondor, who's our fleet sweat, who can.
Yeah, good bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so like we said, decoupled flight. We fly in decoupled. Why? Because all the best pilots do it. Why are all the best pilots doing it? Because it obviously makes sense. They figure that out. So if you ever want to get any half decent, you learn to fly decoupled. The best.
Yeah, bud.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Give me 1 second to copy that. And there you go. Okay, so we're saying the best pilots fly decoupled because they figured out that that is the most effective way to fly. My strongest advice to you right now is to start leaving coupled mode behind. Whenever you do your PU stuff and everything, fly decoupled. Yeah, you're going to crash and bang into things, especially in the hangar and that, and get used to it and realize that if you don't have your gear down, you lose altitude, but you can drop your gear just to kind of keep that hover mode and all that sort of thing. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but if you really want to be good, not just at dogfighting, but at the game in general and maneuver. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen anyone near to the ground and they're trying to land and they do all these fucking weird janky movement, up, down, left, right, fucking all over the place and then smash into something. It's kind of as a result of coupled mode. Yeah. So best advice, just start deciding that you're going to go decoupled, like, and practice it in Arena Commander, in the PU. And I promise you, in time, when you get used to it, it's just such a beautiful way to fly. It just feels like what spaceship flying should be like. But that's something that you put the time and effort into. Okay, so the best way I can explain coupled and decoupled mode. Coupled mode, your ship always wants to force itself to a state of zero, come to zero speed. So the moment you stop putting an input in, all your thrusters are firing to bring you down to zero. It's like pushing a wheelbarrow. You're always pushing your ship through space. You're pushing it forward. You're pushing it to the left. You're pulling it backwards. If you could make it go up and down, you'd make it go up and down. Okay, so that's pretty much what coupled mode is. You're pushing something the whole time, and you're forcing it. Decoupled mode, it's like if you can imagine in the movies, astronauts at the space station for the first time, and they're all amazed. They're floating around 0G. They bring out a coffee cup. The one astronaut taps it, and it just keeps flying till it reaches the other astronaut, who then taps it to the next guy, who just taps it to the next guy. That is what decoupled flight is. It's using minimal inputs just to change your direction, speed, velocity. With decoupled flight, less is more. The biggest issue when going from coupled mode to decoupled mode is the habit of over inputting, of pushing the wheelbarrow, of forcing your ship through space. So like that's one of the hardest things to deprogram, is that you don't actually need to put as much input in as you think. It's just input, assess, input, assess, input, assess. At the beginning, it's slow, but as time goes on, it's quick, and you get used to it. Less is more. That's one thing to kind of get your head around, going from coupled mode to decoupled mode. Any questions? Everybody good? Good. Okay, so we're going to move on to our first drills. Okay. I want everybody to make sure they're in decoupled mode. We're going to head over to the station. Now, if you're not confident and you feel like you need training wheels on, you can set your SCM limiter to SCM speed just to keep you under control. If you fuck, it drifted way off into the nether realm. Yeah, if you're happy to just kind of YOLO and experiment to understand, don't worry about your SCM speed. Don't worry about explosions are lessons learned. So what I want to see is everybody maneuvering around the station, using their TVI to duck in between all the little gaps in the station. Don't worry about crashing and exploding. That's what we're here to learn. Oh, Brenz is around. So keep it nice and tight. Imagine you're like little fishies around a coral reef and they're big sharks on the outside. You want to stick as close to the little gaps and crevices as possible. Use your up, down, left, right strafes just to maneuver close, and play around. And I'm coming closer, and when I say close, I mean close. Also, keep it under SCM speed. Do not over control. I'll come around and I'll kind of follow people around the station. Also, if you don't know if you're at the main station, what we call the main station, look down at the planet, at all the laser beams hitting the planet. The laser beam in the middle is the main station. If you're not there, make your way over to the main station. Any questions?
Pretty good.
Good. So this is where we're starting to get to the practical stuff now. And it's getting your head around programming coupled flight. And I'm going to be honest with you, I want to see explosions. I want to see you guys sitting nice and tight and going, right, cool, this is boring, let's go faster. That we want to get to the stage where everybody gets that kind of... I just flew into an asteroid because I'm a fucking elite pilot. Yeah, just want everybody just to get around the station, hug it nice and close. And if you want to challenge yourself, start following someone around who's not paying attention to what you're doing. And you'll realize when you have to make conscious moves like that, it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, who's not on the station? I see Tails, Mr. Queen, and Roy. Where about are you, Roy?
I'm on the station. I'm magical.
Right, gotcha, Magical. Gotcha, Xenon. Where about are you, Roy?
Yep, sorry. I just had to go and put my daughter back to bed, so I'm just
you're good,
rejoining in.
No,
I've been
you're good.
gone for like 10 minutes.
You good. Real life comes first. Any questions about what we're doing, just let us know. Just wait for if anything.
Will do.
First. Okay.
Calling you now.
So, yep. Come pull it in nice and tight, guys. Just come wiggle in. Use your TVI to make sure you're not crashing into anything, and just maneuver until you get bored. Then maneuver faster until you crash. I want to hear them explosions. Come on, explosions for the explosion gods, scrap for the scrap throne. Let's have it. Good job, Tails. Perfect. By doing that, you learn where the edge is, right? You learn how far you can push it. Also remember, boost is your friend. Boost is life. If you're like, oh shit, I'm going to hit something, hit your boost to correct. It'll pull you around.
There we go. So went off SCM speed is too easy on SCM speed, in all honesty.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere.
No, I've been playing like Elite Dangerous for like 10 years.
Right.
So, on the 10 years ago, so Yeah, SEM speed is pretty easy for me to maneuver on decoupled.
Yep, that's cool. So let's bring it in nice and tight and close to the station. You want to challenge yourself, just start following somebody else around, because all of a sudden it means you have to mimic what someone else is doing. And and that's basically a core tenet of fucking dogfighting as well. It's understanding what your target is doing and how you need to react to it. But good job. You're finding the limit. Keep doing it.
Yep.
Find all the little cracks and crevices and yeah, play around with them. Also, we'll pull off this in a second once everybody's fairly confident, because this is just something that you can train when you're on your own. And that's when we talk about like Star Citizen and everything. Yeah, we're talking about dogfighting and everything, but you've truly got to have a love for flight and just flying close to stations and all that sort of stuff. So whenever your mates aren't on, come into free flight and whoopsie-dipsy, do this sort of thing, and it will just improve you in the long run. Find fun little cracks to fly through, ways to challenge yourself, and it'll become fun. Roy, do you understand everything we're doing from what you missed, or do you want me to go over anything again? Roy, you there?
Oh, she must be off again.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's all good. Yeah, everybody else can fill them in, because you guys will end up drilling together, form your own program and that sort of thing. Okay, so does everybody kind of understand the concept of decoupled mode? Small
Yep.
inputs, changing direction, tapping the coffee cup, not pushing the wheelbarrow, forcing your ship through space, right?
Yep.
So we can move on to the next part, which is orbiting. Roy kind of understands this. Okay, so what we're going to do, if everybody can just come to a stop and watch my screen, I'm going to need someone come out to where Stars is. I need a
Okay, I'll do it.
guinea pig. Yeah, so just everybody come around Stars, make their way to Stars.
Where that's,
Top of the station will be the easiest way. Head to the
Alright,
top of the
no
station.
Led by the antenna.
Yep, above the antenna. That's correct. Okay, and once you're above the antenna, just hit couple mode. I've got two uses. Myself personally, I've got two uses for couple mode. The one is as a parking brake to bring yourself to zero when you're training and doing other stuff. The other one is taking speed out of a fight when it's got too high, but I still want to keep my maneuverability. I use decoupled as a speed brake too. Okay, so what we're going to do now, Xenon, if you can just come to a stop, I'm going to use you as a guinea pig. Okay, people can watch on their screens what we're doing. If you pull close, you can also watch on the stream. The next exercise is called orbiting. As you can probably guess, it means circling the ship at a very close distance. Okay, the reason why we do this is because CRG is pushing the flight model towards now fighting and being close and being able to manage that distance and get close to your target and maintain that sort of control is going to be pretty key. It's also getting your head around basic controls and how decoupled flight works. So basically the way we start, okay, I've got Xenon in front of me. You can watch the stream and watch live. So as you approach, I'll put in a little bit of side strafe. You can use up, down, left, or right. And then it's just a case of oversteering with your nose. You see how I'm pulling up there and pushing in with your rear thrusters. All I'm using at the moment is turning on a 45-degree angle and just feathering my rear thruster, tapping, just to push myself closer to the target the whole time. Now, if I want to really tighten it up, I could strafe in the opposite direction I'm going. That'll tighten up. If I wanted to extend, I strafe in the direction I'm going, and it'll pull me out. Now I've got a bigger circle, which you don't necessarily want, but yeah, that's what we do. Now, the HVC minimum competency standard, like if you're going to get fleet certified in HVC, and obviously you guys make your own standards and everything like this, just telling you what we do, is maintaining an orbit under 100 meters for over 10 seconds. Okay. So what we do, second to this, is what we call a turret drill. Now, Xenon, I need you to hold down your space brake, track me, and shoot at me. Okay? Weapons free, just let rip. Okay? Get your aim on me. This will make sense.
Hold on. You've got space break exactly.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah. Well,
on.
just don't move. As long as you don't move, that's all I want.
That's fine then.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, as long as you don't have any movements, and even if you get a bird, it's not the end of the world. Track me, shoot me. Okay, and to understand why this is important now, and this does happen in dogfights, is my transversal is higher than Xenon's rate of turn at the moment. That's why he can't get guns on me. Okay, and this is why we practice this. Now, if you're battling, you see how my transversal is lower now. He'll be able to track me. Keep shooting. It's fine. You're not going to hurt me. He's able to get shots on me because all of a sudden I'm in that 200, 300 danger zone. This is not where I want to be. Where I want to be, okay, is right what I call under his wing. That's my own personal term. Okay, is right inside his transversal where he can't turn on me and he can't get guns on. Now, feel free to maneuver now. Xenon, we'll show this in action. So if you want to just keep your speeds low, but move around and try and get me on target. So now we mock dogfighting. Okay, you can see he's pulling away. We don't actually keep a full orbit, but at the same breath, same thing. If I'm, where did you go? Keep fighting. This one's on me. Yeah. If he can't get guns on, say my shields were down, right? Actually, let's do that. That was so bad. My bad. Just strip my shields. Strip him. Take him away. Good. Stop. Okay. So now my shields are down. I'm like, oh shit. People think run. One thing you can do, keep firing. Keep firing. If I'm flying shit, it's my own fault. One thing you can do is get inside a guy's transversal, right? He can't track me because I'm in his transversal. Now look at that. Because I was close to him, okay, and he couldn't track me, I managed to get my shields back. Not because I ran away, but because I got under his wing, under his guns. And that's the kind of thing that you can learn. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Cool. And how do you do that? Practice. Okay. So this is why we do orbits. So what I want you to guys to do is start pairing up. We'll just go top to bottom. What is your... I'm getting confused between your Discord name and your... Mr. Queen, who are you in game again?
Magical Pearls.
Magical, that's it. Okay. So Tails and Magical together. I'm just going top to down. Roy and Xenon together. Roy, you back?
Nope.
No, you're not back. Okay. So Xenon, you're with me. Okay. So what I want is...
Oh joy.
No, you're fine, dude. Trust me, I can't hurt you. You're an internet spaceship. What are we going to say?
Circle magic.
Yeah. Okay. So Tails and Magic. One of you be the turret, the other one orbit. Actually, very good. You've done this before, Xenon. I take it. Xenon?
Yeah, I do it a lot when I'm dogfighting larger ships to try and get around their forward-facing turrets.
Yes. You're doing good. But are you in coupled mode? Because you kind of got that jank up down stop.
Yeah, I'm not good with decoupled. I can't get control of it because I'm in keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not very good. My coordination's not all that good.
Yeah, but
on this.
This is kind of.
I get that. I get the fact that it's decoupled, that we're supposed to be decoupled, but it's not going to be as... I'm not going to be as well with it than you guys. I could always practice more, but that's what the point is. That's what this point's for.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing this.
Yeah, but as we're doing it, we do it in decoupled to learn.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's time for hard truth now. You can fly in coupled, that's fine, but you're only ever going to limit yourself to being a okay PU pilot, which means
that's most of the time. I'm in a larger ship anyway. I don't usually do light fighters. I usually fly the Valkyries that we are in, or Cutlasses.
So the reason why decouple will help is you can add and remove input. That's all it is. But if you wanted to say you wanted to dock or board a moving target, coupled will require you to put that input in perfectly. On keyboard, you've only got a 0 and 100 because that's what the press is. So you have to tap it a lot, right? With a keyboard, even on coupled, right? So if you wanted to get the Valkyrie onto something that's like moving, say like a hammerhead or a wreck or whatever, you got to kind of
Match its
it's
velocity.
it's very hard on coupled because as soon as you take your finger off, it tries to take you to 0, and you can't kind of correct, and you can't kind of introduce little bits. Like some of
I
the
get
best
that.
pilots in the game, and I get what you're saying. Like some of the best pilots in the game.
Well, I'm not trying to
are on-
become one of the
I
best
know
pilots
that.
in the game.
I know that. Well, look, you're going to make it hard for yourself. You have to understand that the reason why you use decoupled is because it lets you do things that you couldn't otherwise do. It's not saying you have to use it, but recognize that it's going to make things that you think you can do will be a lot harder because you're uncoupled.
And like the thing with kind of dogfighting and PvP, and it's going to be spaceships in general, is there's hard truths, and this is one hard truth, is that if you don't master decoupled, you are at best going to make yourself a 3 out of 10 pilot, and to be counted on that time when you're going to need to do decoupled docking or whatever it is, and you haven't kind of got the skill under the belt, it's when you need it. And yes, it is hard. Look, I'm not trying to be a dick here. It is fucking hard to reprogram your
Sorry.
brain. Sorry?
It is very hard to reprogram my brain.
Yes, yeah. It is very hard. It is. I understand that. But like this is, it will serve you in the long run way better.
And it's just a practice arena. You can always change it back anyway. There's no reason to swap between the two modes.
Yeah, there's no consequence, but we'll leave it at that. You make your best choices for yourself as a pilot. Just the most simple truth is, it's going to limit you in the future, and it's like being a middle-aged man riding a bicycle with training wheels. At some stage, it's just going to be like, oh, dude, why are you flying coupled? But we'll leave it at that, and practice makes perfect. When you've got your own time to come and fly, just try it. I would implore you. I'm not going to tell anybody what they have to do, but I would implore you to give it a go. Okay. Anyway, back to the lesson. Orbiting. Xenon, if you can come on to me, pulls and tails. Just come to the top of the station, and we're going to practice the orbit drill. One of you choose to be the turret, other one choose to be the orbiter.
I'll do the turret this time because we've just been doing that the whole time.
Oh, have you? Oh, good job. How you guys doing? Okay. Swap it around. Yep, swap it around for a bit. Xenon, whereabouts are you?
Magic,
Dead.
if you get
Dead. I
guns
lost
on
a
me,
one.
just give me a tap.
I'll go apart.
Okay. Just reship, come around, and then Kier, just come and do the orbits around, and we're just to get the routine and what have you. And whether you do coupled or decoupled, that's up to you. I think I've done enough preaching. I'm not here to push points or philosophies on people. What I will do, Tails, pull it in tighter. Like, what's your range you're doing that at? It looks like you probably
I missed that up. I messed that up. That's why I went so far out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Less is more with decoupled. Remember that? Tap, tap, tap the coffee cup. Oversteer with your nose. Push past your target. Push past pulls. Also, if you want to slow yourself down, strafe against the direction that you're going, and it'll pull you in closer to the target with your forward thrust. If that makes any sense. So just keep pushing and pushing in. The other thing to remember, guys, is this is going to tax your brain and your muscle memory. So if you're reaching that stage where you're feeling frustrated, just take a breath, take a break, and come back to it at some stage. Just swap positions, be the turret for a bit. Okay. Tails, you have got the orbit, technically correct. The trick is to slow your speed and lower the orbit distance. Because right now you're orbiting like Mars orbits the sun. You want to be like the way Mercury orbits the sun. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, Xenon, where are you? Pick you up. Okay, so as people are getting comfortable doing the orbiting, the other side of the drill is for the turret to start firing. Okay, the reason why we fire on the target is like when they're drifting like that, it also starts to put game pressure on. It also shows the orbiter that he is in that danger zone, that death zone, and should be pushing in closer, staying like under that 50 to 100 as opposed to out, and just finding a way to stay away from getting shot. Yeah. Like,
Nope, I lost you. There you are.
right, okay. We're just going to step from that for a second, just because there's something that actually helps with the whole turret drill later on. But has everybody got an understanding of how to orbit?
Yeah, so
Cool. Okay. So what we're going to move on to next is called the 45. So everybody, same story. Just come around stars and swap to my stream because I want to
Right.
explain something, and I'm going to have to find a guinea pig. I'm going to use
Yeah.
Paul's.
I'm pretty sure I have an idea of what this is going to involve. Is like keeping, make sure like always on my horizontal sides, never want you under my wing or above.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah,
You'll
let's
see in a
follow.
second. Yeah, you'll see. It's
yeah.
actually fucking broken. This is changing my estimates, but let's start to explain it.
Yep, go.
Okay. So everybody watching the stream? Anybody not watching the stream? Let's start there.
Right.
Okay, fine. Here we go. Okay, so if you look, I'm looking directly at Pulse. Pulse, just stay still. Okay.
Will do.
So the way we can move around, we've got our x-axis and our y-axis, right? And the thrusters push our ship around. Depending on the strength of the thrusters, will determine how quickly we can turn. So count in your head with me as we go around. I'll count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 seconds, 10 quick seconds, okay? Counting around on the x-axis. We do it on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 9, 10 seconds again. They are actually exactly the same speed, just because we're counting. Now, if we do what's called a 45, when you pull into the corner of your screen, so if I pull up like that, if you look at my screen, into any of the corners of your screen, that's what's called a 45 degree, okay? The reason why we pull the 45, where did you go, Pulls? There we go, okay. The reason why we call it a 45 is because we pull to 45. So now, if we count it down now, pulling a 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 seconds, give or take. You know, so you're able to turn onto your target a hell of a lot quicker. Okay, so now Pulse is going to demonstrate while everybody's watching. Go around, do an x-axis, and do a countdown like I did, Pulse.
And
Gotcha.
then we do the.
Yeah, okay, but you're counting it down too. You're seeing that it's exactly the same.
Yep. Okay,
Okay.
sorry. I had, yeah.
That's fine. I get it, bandwidth. Also, now do the 45. Pull to the corner of the screen and see if you can do it. Yeah, that's it. You see how much
That's
it's
7 seconds on the dot.
Yeah. So now where that matters, okay, just stay where you are.
Yep.
Say if you're in a fight, and I'm just giving a very basic example here, right?
Yep.
We're going past each other for whatever reason. Whoop, you're past. Pull 45. You're going to get onto target quicker than a guy who's doing just a straight, okay?
Straight, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight exit, yeah.
This
Easy.
simple little thing will put you 30% up on your average PU pilot already, just by knowing how to turn properly. It's very simple. So who have we got next? Can the next person come and line up just to demonstrate for me and count it down? Somebody come off my nose. Xenon, you're 300 meters away. Just make your way up to me. Well, you stay there. I'll make my way to you. Okay, just hold still for a second. Go on the x-axis and count it out loud for me, please.
Hold on. X is
Flat.
horizontal.
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 Flat.
Yes.
Correct, yeah. Right, you got it. Now do it on the y-axis,
Yeah, about 10.
which is straight up.
2.
Okay. Now
Yep.
hit the 45 up to the corner of your screen. There we go. Good job. You can see how that's
Yeah, about 7.
substantially quicker, right?
Yeah.
Practice those. Now, as we were talking about the turret drill earlier on, when you're doing the turret drill, try hit your 45s. So while one person's trying to orbit, the other one's trying to practice their 45s to get on target. So it becomes like a mini game between the two of you. So I should have actually gone through this first. Roy, you're still not here, eh? No, you're still not here. Okay, who've I missed? Tails, where are you?
Yeah.
Your turn. That's Pulls. That's
Thanks,
Gondor.
yeah. Below, look down. Well,
Down.
up, I think.
Tails, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So same story. Let me get closer. Okay, do horizontal and count it off, x-axis. Y-axis. And 45. There we go. Perfect. One thing you'll find is that you'll get a preferential way to 45 and roll in time. That's fine, but in time, just don't forget to practice the other ones. It'll make you more proficient, but if you do have a favorite, that's cool. I've got a favorite, and I probably shouldn't have, but I do. Okay, any questions about 45s? And everybody sees the value of them, right?
Yep.
Very simple trick. Fucking improves your skills by 20 to 30% against the average PU pilot because they're fucking idiots who don't train. Okay. So, strafing. Okay. I normally do this one-on-one, so it's we'll see how it goes.
I'll do it again. I'll come on over.
Sorry, say again.
I'll come on over.
Yeah, it's fine.
Please.
Yeah, just come nose to nose while I'm chatting in the meantime. Okay, so just so we know, obviously strafing forward, backwards, up, down, left, right is how we maneuver. We're not a jet that flies forward. We're a turret in space that moves on 6 degrees of freedom, right? So we all know our rear thrusters are our main thrusters, are our strongest thrusters, right? Our belly thrusters, the thrusters underneath that we use to thrust up, those are the second strongest thrusters. Down thrusters are the third strongest thrusters, and retro thrusters, back strafe thrusters, fourth strongest, and then left and right are the weakest ones that we have. Okay, so now let's see, we're going to do the little dance. I like to do the little dance, so we're probably going to do the little dance. Okay, I'm going to show how effective that can be. Okay, so if everybody, what I want you to do, select a direction. You don't have to look at me anymore. Select a direction, fly off, boost. I want you to look in the bottom right at your G meter there, and just with a straight boost, different ships will have different boosts. Just tell me what your number is and remember that number. Just flying forward, strafe, and boost. Once you're at max Gs, let me know what it is. Anybody got a number for me?
Guess not.
Sorry?
Guess not.
Okay, do you guys know what I'm asking for there? The G-Safe meter in the bottom right-hand corner?
Yeah, I got about
It's a little
13.8 in the Gladius.
13.8.
14, yep.
Yeah, there we
14
go.
for me.
Okay, so now what I want you to do is do the same thing, strafe forward boost, but strafe up boost at the same time. For argument's sake, we're going to call this bicording. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're using two sets of thrusters at the same time. Boost, do it, and give me the number.
Look, about 12.3 for me.
Yeah, so you notice you're actually getting
I-
more. Sorry, Zin.
I caught about. I might have been a thing clouding around it, but I caught about 17.
Right, gotcha. Okay, so the point of that, suddenly we're using two different sets of thrusters, right? You're using your rear main thruster, your strongest thruster, and then your bottom thruster as well. So because you're using extra thrusters, you're getting more acceleration where the more G's are useful. Now, where is this applicable? In the current flight model, if you want to run like hell, there's one chance and hope that your opponent doesn't pick up on it. You can bichord. Remember, you're not going to go forward, you're going to go in the direction of your TVI, which is probably going to be somewhere near the top of your HUD, top of your screen. So just to keep an eye on that. Now we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to add a side strafe. So forward strafe boost, up strafe boost, side strafe boost, and get the number from your G-Safe meter.
Yeah, got well over 16 then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you guys get the concept. Using more thrusters makes you go faster.
Yeah.
Not rocket
Try
science.
quartering. Yeah,
Yeah. So now,
About
the only real
about 21.
So, and also remember, if you're going off, you try quartering in the direction of your TVI, not your nose. Okay. The only time I only really use it is if I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in shit in a fight and I want to get out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know of any other top level applicable uses. Gondor,
Huh? What was the question? Sorry.
try quartering. What
What about it?
top level applicable uses? Like, why is it useful?
Like, so your G's represent your acceleration, right? Acceleration means your agility, and agility means like life, right? Because it can stop you flying into things, allows you to change direction out of streams of fire or get shot solutions that you wouldn't otherwise have. So being able to use tricords and bicords and even just straight up single direction thrust means you know how to maximize your agility in any given direction. So a tricord is usually really strong in a forward direction where you can do a reverse tricord and you'll hear it's in the other way. So it's generally forward and back in the strongest plane, but it's on a slight angle. Whereas, like, let's just say you did a straight strafe on a Gladius, right? You know, you might think that, oh, that's 4Gs or the 10Gs you get boosted isn't a lot. But if you're directly nose onto someone, 10G sideways is a lot, right? Because all of a sudden you're putting 10Gs that way. And if you think about how agility works when you're going from 0 to 20 meters, that's a huge increase in your evasiveness. And with 23 Gs behind you, you're going to go from like 0 to 230 very quickly. That's kind of it there. Like it's just maximizing your agility and how to get shots on things.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Gondor. Okay, so now I don't know if you guys noticed while doing that, but there's a fair chance that you were blacking out, right? Anybody?
Getting close.
Right, okay. So now blackouts and redouts, how to manage that. Basically what's happening, if you're blacking out, it's coming from when you're strafing up. Okay, so if you strafe up and add some roll, just go ahead and do it just for your own interest. You'll notice you'll start to black out. Okay, if you do the same thing like you strafe down, boost, add a little bit of roll if you want, you will red out. Okay, so if you're blacking out, what the game is telling you, the game mechanic is saying is the blood is draining from your head, so you're starting to lose oxygen to your brain or whatever the case is, so you're going to pass out. If you're redding out, it means all the blood is rushing to your eyeballs, so all you're seeing is blood. Just, roughly saying. So how do you counter it? If you're strafing up and you're blacking out, strafe up boost, you're blacking out, strafe down boost, it comes back.
Opposite direction. Yep.
Yeah. So you just strafe in the opposite direction and it fixes it. That's pretty straightforward, not rocket science, right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Now, strafing drill. So to explain strafing, I'm going to need a partner, and this is where this can't really be done in coupled mode. Tails, or man, I keep forgetting your name. I keep looking. Magical.
Magical pills, yes.
Whoever's first, just come nose to nose with me, please. We're going to do a little dance. Top of the station, if you're wondering where I am.
I'm there.
Roger that. Okay, pulls. There we go. Just come to a stop, decoupled.
Already on it.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Okay. So I'm sitting in front of you now, and we have lead pip, right? Well, everybody else just watch the stream. That's too close. Whoopsie doopsie.
Lead pip is on. Yep.
Okay. So now if you watch, maybe flip around so that we're on the same plane. Do 180.
Yep.
Right.
No problem.
Okay. So now, from your point of view, if I strafe up, my pip goes up, right? Your pip goes down. Okay,
Yep.
because our relative movement has changed. Before, our speed was 0, our relative movement was 0. If you look at the information that is on the name tag, you get a person's name, you get their distance away, and then you
The
get
velocity.
the relative velocity. So if you're going backwards, it'll be a minus number. If you're going forwards, it'll be a positive number. So
Yep.
right now, our actual velocity is 0 and our relative velocity is 0. Okay. The moment you start making any sort of movement that is not exactly the same as the person you're targeting, you start to get a difference in relative movement, which is translated onto the pip. So as I move to the side, your pip goes to the opposite side. Okay. Just for reference, that's called extending the pip. And we'll get to that at some other stage. Okay.
Yep.
So if I strafe up, your pip goes down, my pip goes up. If I do it in the opposite direction, it counters. Okay. So what we're going to do now is a little dance. You're in decoupled mode, right, Pills?
Correct.
Right. Okay. So we're getting, that's good enough. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, you're not going to use any your inputs, like any input. You're only going to use strafe up, down, left, and right.
Alrighty.
And you said you were on joystick, right?
No, mouse keyboard.
Mouse and keyboard. Okay. So this would be WASD if you change your keyboards, or AD space control if you
Control.
didn't.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So now, if I strafe up, I'm going to strafe up now. What I want you to do is strafe up to catch up.
Yep.
Strafe up to catch up with me, and then you're going to have to strafe down to get our relative speed down to 0.
Neutralized.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you got it. Okay. So I'm strafing up. I am 75 meters. So you'll strafe up, strafe it down, nose to nose. Yeah. Wait a little bit. Okay. Yep. Good enough. -6. You're going a little bit back. That's fine.
That's alright. Didn't even touch it.
Yeah.
It's just damn.
Hang on. Am I coupled?
Right.
Why did my speed just bleed off? What did I do? Let's try that again. Okay. So I'm going 55 meters a second. Okay.
55 meters right there.
Yeah. I'm just going to. Yeah. So nose to nose, our actual speed is 55 meters a second. Everybody
Yep.
can see
The
there.
up strafe has a bit of reverse in it. The thrusters don't point directly down; they point like slightly forward.
Yeah.
Like instead of 90 degrees, they're like 80.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's why we're drifting away a little bit. But now you see our relative speed is 0. Your pip is neutralized. It's exactly on your ship, but we're going 58 meters a second. Now, if I strafe a bit to the right, do the same thing, but to the side.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Our actual speed now is 74, 0 relative. Okay. Now I'm going to go random, and you follow. We do a little dance, right?
Alright.
So come down face to face, strafe down.
Oops. There we go.
Okay. I'll just push in a little bit.
Yep. Push in. Yep.
Yeah,
Pushing in.
just remember we're not using that was
No
too
thrust.
much.
Yep. Yep. All good. Let's try
That's
that
fine.
again.
Reset. Yeah, reset to 0.
Yep.
Let's get the distance down.
Alrighty.
Okay. So same story. Now I'm going to do, and this is why we recommend changing your strafe.
WSD. Yeah.
Yeah, because it becomes intuitive, and in a dogfight, it just happens. Okay. So I'm going to strafe random direction, and you're going to have to match it. And once you do that, and you nose on nose, and you think you've got a firing solution, fire some shots. That gives me permission to change direction. Make sense?
Okay. Yep. Let's try it.
Okay. So come nose to nose. Once you feel your nose to nose, let off some shots. There we go. Follow me. A little bit closer.
Yep.
Okay, when you're happy. I'll get a little bit more aggressive if you're getting shots that quickly. Okay, I'm gonna pull it back a bit. Okay, off we go. Are you turning on the X and Y axis?
Sorry, my bad. It's kind of instinct.
Yeah. So it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
You're only using the strafes to
Yep, let's try that again.
maneuver on target. Okay.
Yep.
So 200 meters. Off we go. Good job. Good job. Good job. See if you can come to a stop before you take your shot,
Okay.
because it is about learning like a little bit of control.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So basically what we're doing here is I'm extending the pip. So you could say I'm on the very most basic point trying to evade. Okay. What you're doing is you're following and then you're neutralizing the pip and finding a fire solution using only strafes. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Good job. Anybody else want to go? Tails, you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So just we'll head to the top of the main station. We flew off a little bit. Okay, so we're at 0, about 200 meters apart. You got the concept of what we were saying, right? It's only using your strafes. Wait, just hit your space brake. We've got to be about 200 meters apart for it to be 200 to 300 meters. That's fine. Okay, and then I'll manage distance from there on in. Okay, so I'm going to strafe up. I want you to strafe up, balance out in front of me. So you're going to have to strafe up to catch up to me, then strafe down to get rid of your speed and neutralize, and then put some shots on target just to show me that you've done it. You're not using your X and Y aim axis. You're only using strafes. What inputs were you using again, Tails?
Dual stick.
Dual stick. Okay. So basically up on your stick, down on your stick. That's all we're doing right now. Okay. So I'm going up. Oh, wait, that was a couple. So 50 meters a second. Up you come. May need to use your strafes just to get a bit to the side. Find a target. Just remember, less is more. Input and assess. A little bit to the side. There you go. That's fine. Okay. So you see how our actual speed is 50 meters a second. Relative speed is around 0. Now, I think you're suffering from a little bit of over control. Like you're up, down, up, down, up, down. You kind of get used to less is more over time. Okay. So same story. We're fine now. I'm going to change direction. Come straight to the side. And get on crosshair. Settle in. Once you settled in for the shot, takes the shots. Yeah, there we go. And I'll move away to the other side. And take the shots. Okay, I'll make it more aggressive this time. Strafe across to the side. Manage your speed as you come in to slow down a bit. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Take some shots. We'll do one more. Come find me down. There you go. Manage your speed. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Any questions? You good, Tails?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Xenon, you want to go?
I'm gonna practice flight a bit more before I start doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you good. Good, man. Good on you.
I want to get used to it.
Yeah, no, good on you. You go for it. You get where you're comfortable. You will pick this up through org mates and everything in time, and we will have other training sessions to keep going on it. But I'm very happy the fact that you're putting some effort into it. Good on you, mate.
Do you mind if I give it a crack, Stars? I just
Hey,
kind of got back and
Roy.
I got vaguely what you are trying to do.
Not a problem. I think we might have done this. I can't remember, but yeah, we're top of the main station. What we will do is, Roy, is we'll fill the gaps sometime during the weekend or whenever. It's really not the end of the world. Okay. So, what was your control setup again? You got dual sticks, right?
No, I have currently stick on the main hand and keyboard on the off hand.
Keyboard, right? And your forward and back, your forward and back strafe, is that WNS, or did we change that to space and control?
No, it's WNS.
Forward and back. Okay. So this were you here when we were talking about possibly changing that to be your up and down strafe, or no?
No, I left when we were setting controls.
Oh, okay,
And-
okay, gotcha. Okay, so what we do recommend, and you don't have to do it, but it's a strong recommendation, is that you swap around your WNS instead of being forward and backward strafe to be up and down, so that it's more intuitive. So like you see the way we are facing each other now. If I move this way, you would use your whichever strafe would push the pip back on. If I went up, you would strafe up. If I went down, you would strafe down, and it's way more intuitive if it's just at your fingertips there. And then your forward strafe would become space, your back strafe would become control. We're not going to do it now because it's been a really long session, and yeah, it'll break your brain while we're trying to do this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get closer to you, so for starters, okay, and then I'm going to strafe up. I want you to strafe up, so you're going to have to strafe up more than me to catch up to me, and then strafe down to neutralize that speed and get our relative speed down to 0. Once we're nose to nose, you're not going to use your X and Y axis to change your nose position. You're just going to use your strafes. Once you're nose to nose with me, give me some shots, and then I will change direction. That gives me permission to change directions. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going up at about 50 meters a second. You go up, neutralize, and fire. Yeah, okay. So you see our relative speed is 0 on our tags, but our actual speed is 50 meters a second. Okay. So I'll strafe to the side. You do the same thing and counter. Get your nose on a little bit more. And get your shots on. Good job. And then the other side. Bring yourself across. A little bit up, strafe up, strafe up, strafe up. You're moving your nose.
Oh, am I?
Well, you would have. There's no ways you could have done that without moving your nose. Yeah. So basically, hand off joystick is probably the best way to do it.
Shoot.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're right, bro. It's training. This is why we train. Train to learn. Okay. So same story. I'm going to strafe up. You strafe up. There we go. I'm going to strafe down. Catch up to me. Once you've got a firing solution, gives me permission to move. I'll strafe to the side. Strafe to the side to catch up to me. Keep going. Counter your speed to neutralize your speed. I'll pull back a bit. I'll manage distance. That's fine. Good job. So you get the concept, eh? And
Yep.
You can understand why having that on WASD
Would
is
be much easier.
Yeah, and a lot of dogfighting is about using your strafes. Dogfighting at higher levels is basically strafe fighting. So having those strafes at the top there is essential. Also, have you got your targeting, your power management as 1, 2, 3 or as F4, F5, F6?
1, 2, 3.
Good job. Okay. So yeah, any questions about the strafing and strafing drill?
It's all good.
No.
You're all happy. Awesome. Okay, happy days. What are we moving on to next? Pip neutralization. Okay, so kind of what we did. How are we doing for time? How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling a little bit overloaded, or want to take a?
I'm fine.
You're
Pip
fine.
neutralizing is like the secret sauce. It's the last thing. I think just crush it out.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. To be fair, I'm feeling a bit done, but we'll push through. We'll push through. Okay. So everybody on the screen, I'm going to be with Roy again. We pretty much kind of did it in a way there. When I moved off site, you saw the pip left my ship, so the pip extended. When you came and moved back onto us, and our relative speed went down to 0 or near 0, the pip was neutralized there. Okay. So the way we actually practice the pip neutralization. Okay, wait, let's start with why we do it. Okay. So neutralizing the pip, will help make our shots more accurate. Extending the pip helps us be just a little bit more evasive. Okay, when the pip is on the ship, way better chance of landing your shots. Just the thing to remember is that if fuck's sakes, what am I trying to say here? If your opponent's pip is on their ship, if your pip is on your opponent's ship, then their pip is on yours. It works both ways, which means if I've got a firing solution on my opponent has a firing solution on me. Okay, so who's shooting at me? No, they're just checking. Okay, no, I'm getting shot at. Who's shooting at me?
Someone from below you, but Ling 1.
Is Ling shooting at me?
I think it was just a.
Yeah, it's Ling 1.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get a fight. That's all. Don't shoot back, otherwise he's gonna fucking fight. Just yeah, Gondor will give him a fight. There you go. Thanks, Gondor. Okay, so fuck, I'm crashing. Okay, so what else was I saying? Yeah, neutralizing reduces deflection, increases accuracy, makes you easier to hit. Works both ways. Okay. Extending the pip, causing distance between your ship and the opponent's pip, gives you a little bit of evasion, harder to shoot, harder to get shot. Any questions? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just drag this graphic on quickly. So if you look, what's happening in this graphic here is the purple ship is using its bottom thrusters to pull the pip onto the ship by, how do you say, managing the speed, the relative speed. Once the pip is back on the ship, relative speed back to 0. I'm not explaining this very well. Why am I battling with this?
Okay, so the pip represents transversal velocity of your target. If you imagine that you're a stationary point in space, your target is moving perpendicular or laterally on your screen, left, right, up, down, yeah? The pip represents how fast are they doing that, right? So it can tell you, oh, well, because the way you need to think of it is the distance between you and the pip can be the longest distance, right? Like it's a hypotenuse of a triangle. So when you neutralize, you're removing that lateral or transversal speed, and by bringing it to 0, it makes it a lot easier for you to close, because now you're just on a single forward and back. You only have to go forward and back. There's no lateral or transversal velocity there. So there's nothing that you have to deal with. So who knows Pythagoras? Do you all remember high school?
Yep.
Yeah. So a squared plus b squared equals c
C
squared. Yeah.
Yep.
And c on the triangle is the hypotenuse is the longest side.
Longest side. Yep.
From you to the pip. So from you to your your target is A to B. From them to the pip is B to C. From the pip to your ship is C to A, which is the hypotenuse. And you can see if you increase the distance between the pip and their ship, then the hypotenuse will get much longer, right? Because it's always the longer side of the triangle. So that's why you do it, because this is how you start to develop the skills of high-speed merge and also being able to get shots on target, right? Like, this is also where knife fighting comes in. So if you want to start doing positional combat, it all comes off how to do this. Does that make sense now?
Yep.
So yeah, to sum it up, absolute basic. Use strafe to put pip on ship, then shoot pew pew. Okay, we're going to do something similar now, but Roy and I will demonstrate. Basically, we're going to make explosions crash into each other. We call this drill the demo derby. What we're going to do is fly off in random directions. Roy, just pick a direction and off you go. Now, what I want you to do, Roy, where did you go? Okay, start flying towards me. You're 400 minus 400 away. Fly towards me. Now, manage your speed. I want you to put your pip on my ship and crash into me and make me explode. That's the objective. I'm not
And the way you do that is, so wherever the pip is in relation to his ship, that's the direction you strafe, right? So if it's like off to on your frame of reference, who cares about where his ship's oriented? If on your screen it's to the left, you strafe to the left, and as you do that, you'll see the pip will move onto his ship. Just like that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
That
good job.
makes ramming people much easier.
Yes.
And
Good.
more fun.
Good
We
job.
teach you how to ram, and then we teach you how to not ram.
Yes.
You know, yeah. You start with the crash, and then like learn how to crash properly, and then you can learn how to not crash.
Yeah. I literally respawned an ejector because I thought I had to eject to get a new ship. Okay, so we'll do that a couple more times. And generally, we just start like, where are you, Roy? Actually, both of you can do it first, or all of you can do it, or both of you can do it. However
Yeah,
you
just
want.
lock each other up and just try and crash into each other like in pairs.
Yeah.
The trick is to not overgas your forward. Just keep an eye on that delta, so that's the number in brackets when you lock somebody. Like the speed, a good approach speed is anything under 200 because you can reverse it really quickly and just control it. Like if it gets really high, obviously you know, but 200 is really good, like a good upper limit. And then yeah, just kind of like you can just kind of swan dive into each other. Just lock pair up. We do this as Star said. We do this all the time as a drill. It's like literally one of the first drills we get everybody to do because it's pip neutralizing is that important. Like I can't stress how important it is. It is if you want to get to a wreck that's floating in space, this is how you do it because you can go, well, that's a transversal readout. What's its speed through space? Okay, let me match that and now let me coast in.
Gotcha. Roys and pulls, just do it to each other.
See what you can do.
Yeah. So find
Let's
each
do
other.
it. Kiss.
Yeah, there we go. Good job. And again,
Big kiss.
there we go. Explosions are fun, aren't they?
Yep.
Especially when you mean to do it, eh?
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
gotcha.
definitely nice doing. It's definitely nice doing. It's nice seeing like translating it into like. I have already like learned up on a heap of this, but it's actually nice being in a actual practice session, doing it in person because I just watched a lot of videos.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And at the end of the day, like, I think we've been through about 3-4 drills here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Gondor likes to say drills pay the bills.
Mhm.
So it's kind of set in our training once a week. We do this just to keep ourselves sharp and just remember why we do it and go back to the basics. Always go back to
Yeah.
the basics. So whatever you guys do together, whether you decide to train separately as one or make a training nut between the 2 of you or 3 of you or whatever you want to do, yeah, just kind of learn what you've learned here, adapt it how you want to make it fun for you guys, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And this is the same with the merging, right? If you wanted to chase people down, all you have to do is like chase them to the last 5 meters and be like, okay, I've finished chasing now, thank you. You don't have to chase to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty much like the first little module that we run through. I don't know why, but I'm a little bit shattered mentally. Yeah. So that's what we got for today. Like I said,
Okay.
tomorrow, preferably early. Oh, actually we can't because what's his name's not here. Twix is not here, and
I've asked one of them to fix it, so we'll see if we can get it fixed.
right, gotcha. There's also a problem with that channel. Like I tried to drag Dilbo and Roy in, but it kept on putting them in separate channels.
No, so it makes a channel when you first go into it, and then that's the channel you need to use. So it's a channel creation engine. Like you join it, it'll make you a channel, and then you can all join it.
Right, okay. Oh, because maybe I was chucking in to make.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're doing it real quick, so
Yeah,
it will
yeah,
just spud
yeah,
them into
yeah.
their own channels.
Yeah, I was doing the boomer thing. Okay, cool. So maybe we'll try that from tomorrow or whatnot. See if we could give it another go. But yeah, that's what we've got. Hope you guys
Excellent.
enjoyed that. Normally what happens after this is we start doing a little bit of one-on-one training. One-on-one dogfights, free flights. Gondor, are you still on for a bit, or are you done for the night? Or?
Yeah, I can do it, and I would recommend you guys fight each other. So I don't know if you're actually following the HVC training guide like all the way through, particularly for tomorrow. But just so you guys know what usually we do. So we do what we've covered today, right? Or what you guys would have covered, which is like how to make sure your settings are done, like how to turn your ship, how like some of the core concepts work, like tricords, pip neutralizing, all that kind of shit. Then tomorrow, for example, the next training is usually like, okay, let's do speed management. Now let's start trying to put it all together. Let's do some drills around that, because that's where it gets really complicated and like really heady. The reason why we do them as drills is because it lets you focus on the individual thing one at a time, so you can kind of go, okay, well, what do I need to do? Let me just focus on that. Okay, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be around if you guys actually want to do fighting each other. Like you can, and
I'm
you'll
down.
already see, like that pip neutralizing. Well, if you fight, when you fight each other, if you just try to neutralize almost the entire fight, and just don't go too hard on your forward and back, you'll find that your fights are like super close range. You'll be knifing each other. You can fight me if you want, Tails. I'll just pity.
Trying to work out. So I'm on dual sticks.
Yep.
And I've literally got these like early last week. And I've been trying to work out. Previously, I've had my forward and back just on my Y. And obviously, you want that for your strafe on your left stick. But I can't work out what to put my forward and back on. I'm just like, I can't figure it out because there's nothing that feels comfy in a nice spot for the finger. Will
Yeah.
sit.
I personally have them on forward back on pedals, but that's not ideal because that's another peripheral. I do recommend people get some Ghetto cheapo pedals. They're probably the best, like $120 you can spend. Don't buy like Logitech ones, like I did, because you can get VKB ones for a similar price.
That
Yeah.
took me ages, Pills.
Yeah, I was dodging like all hell the whole time.
Okay, so we start from the beginning, right? No, I just sorry to interrupt. Sorry, I just want to say this is why we kind of give it to people, and then you guys got to take it to yourselves and get Dilbo up to speed. Is that?
Yep.
Sorry, I thought that was
Okay.
Dilbo that actually joined.
Alright, Gondor. Let's go. I'm right on you.
Okay, guys, take care. I'm gonna leave you in peace for a little bit. I just need to
Super.
decompress. So it's been quite a ride up to this point.
Trying to fly into me?
Hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm actually very happy it ended up being a smaller group. If it had been what I'd hoped and dreamed it had been, I think it would have been a bit of a shit show. So this might have actually worked out as good as possible. And yeah, good vibes to everybody. Hey, hope to see you all around tomorrow if you're into it, because it is a bit of oh no, it's a workshop weekend. We're just opening it up. Come one, come all. Anybody who's interested and just wants to come across and learn. I've kind of picked up this bug from Gondor. Gondor's had this desire to grow PvP and teach the skills within the Oceania servers. And like I just thought, hey, maybe this is a fun way to do it and what have you. And get to know little orgs for other events and that. So yeah, hopefully this is the start of something fun for everybody.
Yes.
Cool.
Right.
Okay,
Cool.
well,
Thanks, Stars.
yeah, no worries. We'll catch you guys tomorrow or whenever. I hope you guys enjoyed it, huh?
Yep, it was good.
Cheers.